Wednesday. Hey. Jared's on. Happy Wednesday. Aloha. Paul's coming. He's coming. Got some good stuff today. My hair is all cray-cray. Look at this. Oh, all right.
People want to know why I fall into the couch all the time. It's because there's a little dog down here.
We've got a large schnauzer underneath his feet.
She picks the perfect time and place to chill right there. So it's all good. It's kind of, now it's a thing. So she helps us with the periscopes.
What if I sat on that side?
I don't know if I could function.
I know, because he's left-handed, so it'd be like, when I sit on that side of dinner, it's like we're always clinking. Get out of our way.
Flip the cam.
How is everybody doing? No, you flip the camera.
Everybody flip the camera.
Periscope has a new update, so you need to update your phone.
See here. What are we discussing today? That's a great question.
Did you read the title?
Yeah, that's...
Jessica, did you read the title?
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Fabulous.
Oh, retention. There you go.
So, guys, we try to keep it real with you guys, and we might be doing some gloves off stuff today.
Uh-oh. Oh, you know they can't handle that?
They can handle it.
Oh.
They're here to grow.
Okay.
But you know what? Like, we love to raise the intensity of this because we are right
Hold on.
in the
He
middle.
always does this. Hello?
Did
Hello.
I forget again?
He likes to go
you know what? We were one ahead too. This is episode 78. So, anyways, what did I do?
He always jumps straight into training.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Lynette.
My name is Paul.
And we are on 78 episodes. We are with you every single day for 90 days to show you that we are committed, that you are committed, and that consistency is actually the name of the game. That is how you succeed. It is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that said, we've got a pretty good episode today. We have so many more people following us. My hair is really crazy, but we're just going to have to rock this.
Dudes, check this out. This is totally off topic, but I'm reading this new book, right? And it's pretty sweet. But, you know, it was talking about how Richard Branson is one of the only people in the world, actually the only person in the world who's ever created $8 billion companies. $8 billion companies, okay? For those of you that are part of our company, Jimmy Coover, this is going to be his second one. Dude, that's huge. We're at the right place, right time, right company, right industry. It can't get any better than that, guys. Brains behind this are redonk. So anyways, that's totally off topic, but I'm super psyched about reading about billionaires. Anyway, back to business.
All right, so how is everybody doing? Are you getting some valuable, amazing tips? I mean, like tangible stuff, because the amazing messages that we are getting is... It's insane. Your businesses are moving for once.
Guys,
your
man,
businesses
explosions are
moving.
happening.
Isn't it? It's a good thing because...
Well, we talked about this. If you guys remember, if anybody is still on with us from episode 1,
we were not good back then.
If any of you have been with us since that early, we have literally been talking about gearing up, getting that 2-week turnaround, locked in, creating a habit, building on the rule of 5 every day, and taking those 5 swipes every day. We'll talk a little bit about that today too. And then taking all that momentum and moving into the 90-day game plan. We are in the heart of it. We are in the heart of the 90-day game plan, and it is happening for people. It is happening for people. They took those steps, and it's moving. The ball is rolling, and it's not only rolling, it is charging downhill.
You know, Jill has always explained to us to get your people paid. And many of you aren't really financially connected to you, but you can listen to motivational leaders and motivational speakers all day long, but until you can do the action steps where you can actually see your business move and shift, and you're seeing the money come in and you're seeing your team get paid, Boy, nothing is more exciting than that. So we're glad that our training and our tangible tips is really helping you shift your business, because look, the old ways of doing this business, you gotta be real careful. Some of this stuff is becoming obsolete, and you're working 3 times, if not 4 times as hard. And Paul and I are teaching you new business 2.0 methods, new stuff where you're able to leverage your time. So today's episode, this is really important. I want you to grab a piece of paper and pen if you're brand new, because those that watch us know they got mad notes taking.
So if there's people that don't know who we are and you want more information about what we're talking about, go ahead and find us on Facebook. You can see our names on the profile description for Periscope. So I see a few questions going back and forth, but we always appreciate the inquiries. And this is business training about the industry that we're in. We also can apply these to other businesses and franchise concepts as well, but we're in the network marketing business. So
Kathy, thank you for being on.
Yeah, so definitely connect with us on Facebook, and we can show you our world, so to speak.
So Paul and I have heard from other leaders, the ones that they've been doing old school stuff and they couldn't really, what we call, herd the cats in. Your retention wasn't as good. And Paul and I will kind of toot our horn a little bit here, but we've got really good retention. You know, Paul and I have never had someone return their products, and we truly believe that because we teach you about the secret sauce of the product page and certain other secret sauces that will make sure that we teach you today, that you're hitting these things, you'll have better retention. And that's what you want when you're building a massive organization and a team. You want retention.
This is key. This is key because you can be an enrolling machine, and if you build a huge front line and nobody can build an organization or stay with you beyond that 1 month time frame or maybe a few months out, you're going to be working. You can't ever build that walk-away business, you know, what people think about as a walk-away business. So,
yep, it has been a lot of people's struggle. And who, Ari Wheeler, you're not the only one. So with the tips that Paul and I have been teaching over the last 77 episodes, today is the 78th episode, we're going to kind of fine-tune a few things to make sure that you're hitting, you know, these highlights. So you can have better retention and herd the cats in, herd your team in, right? Because that truly makes all the difference, and you'll be doing less work, right? Because we want to leverage our time. Some of you are spending way too much time doing busy work.
Yeah.
And yeah, retention is everything.
Yep.
So,
guys, I got a cool quote here. I got a cool quote by Grant Cardone because I got kind of a man crush on that guy. So if he ever hears about that, I'm gonna have to sit down with him and talk to him about a few things, because he is the bee's knees. Anyway, he's not in our industry, but he's totally the mindset kind of guy that I love to follow.
Maybe we should do it real quick, because I know some of you are brand new. If you're brand new to Periscope, this platform is a 24-hour platform. There is no other episode, so you've got 24 hours to watch us. Yeah. If the mobile app is a little bit wonky, it's not as smooth, then you may have to watch the replay. Just head over to Twitter, get on your computer, your laptop, and then find Global Executives on Twitter, and then you'll find the Periscope link, because Twitter owns Periscope. You can find us over there.
Yeah. So you see our picture there, but Grant Cardone quote, it got me fired up because, well, I don't know, everything he says gets me fired up. But it says, just remember that the people that say your dreams are impossible have already quit on theirs. So, we never listen to broke, unhappy people. We only listen to the people that have what we want, and we model them until we get there.
And I hate to say this, but I had my mom, literally, I love my mom to death, just a couple weeks ago, blasting me on the phone. And you know what? I had to kindly put her to the side for a second, because if you have one of those nagging mothers or someone in your family that's nagging on you, set them aside just for a second, bless and release. You need to stay completely focused on this business. Don't let anybody ever steal your dreams, even if it's your own mother. Okay, so it was hard to do that, but I had to do that for a second because she was sucking the energy out of me, and I couldn't allow that in, because a lot of good things are happening in my business, and I need to protect my energy. I need to protect my business. And if I've got things coming in, even if it's my own mother, lesson release for this right now.
It's cool to let them go for a time. You're not disowning them. You're not pushing them out.
Love them from a distance.
You're loving them from a distance. You're protecting your energy because you have a mission. You have a goal. You have a place that you want to go, and no small mind should hold back a big vision.
Yeah.
Guys, you got this. You got the gift. You're going to share it with the world. You're going to change lives. And if people don't grasp that vision, that's okay. You got to keep running because there's a whole team of people that'll be right there with you.
Okay, really quick. Yesterday, Billy Joe Lynn Hodges won this.
Oh, yeah.
She won the combination of the 10X rule and eShot, so congratulations to you. And let's get to work because this should be a pretty short episode. We always say that. We talk forever. But if you just want to... But this one's important.
Done a short episode? Seriously.
This is important because Paul and I figured, if you've never been watching us, 77 episodes, that's literally back-to-back every single day of training. That's literally equivalent to a year and a half of weekly conference calls.
Now check this out, guys. This is an important point.
Let me repeat this.
This is a principle that we're going to talk about today.
77 episodes of intense training with you. 10Xing, I'm talking about putting kerosene on this stuff, lighting this stuff on fire, lighting you guys on fire. 77 episodes is equivalent to a year and a half of weekly conference calls.
Dude, it's called time compression. So there's a few things with this principle. We're going to talk about this just a little bit in detail. So with this in mind, the reason we're doing this every single day for 90 days is because we want to create a momentum. We want to create a flow, not only for us, but for you guys.
That's the key word. It's momentum. You can't...
We're in the trenches with you.
Where are you going to get momentum with a weekly conference call?
Guys, by the time...
Compress it.
By the time the next week's conference call comes through, you've had 10,000 messages bombard your head, negativity, overwhelm. There's another 1,000 things that are relating to your kids, your school, your family, your stress at work. All this stuff gets in the way. You get bombarded with the actions or inactions. And then you get on that call again. You're like, okay, I'm reset. And then you have to start again. Every day, we're trying to tell you that you can do it. Every day, we're trying to get you back in the game. Get in the game because today we can create something special.
He's making a good point because we see many of you do this hot, cold, hot, cold. Hot, cold in this business. This business is built and it's structured like a marathon. You got to keep dripping, 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 and just keep going. Just keep moving forward. But some of you stop and then keep going.
Yeah.
And then you stop.
Guys.
And it's so hard to keep the momentum.
Yeah, you can't. Okay? You can't get that car started unless you're pushing it and you can pop the clutch and then get things rolling. Guys, if you stop pushing, you never give it a chance to start, right? I mean, so... And then with that, you never get a chance to take off. I mean, this is basic stuff. If you guys are hot, cold all over the place, don't expect six figures by this time next year.
If I let my mom, I love my mom, if I let her stop me from doing what I'm doing, I would have killed my momentum.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta push the negative people out for just a second. Move out my way. Remember Ludacris? Move! Get out my way! Okay, anyway.
I think Tracy had a great point. She said it's hard to restart a freight train. Guys, freight trains are heavy.
I love that analogy.
You gotta put some power behind this thing. But once you get it going, don't stop because the momentum is going to pick up and you're going to start cruising and the results will start showing up.
That's why we do 90-day game plans. 90-day game plans are supposed to launch, pour kerosene, 10x everything. But I want to do a recap yesterday because it was an awesome training regarding adding videos to your branding, videos on your personal page and videos in your product page. And I saw some amazing videos. Even if it's a helpful one, if you don't know what I'm saying and you haven't done a video yet, Dawn had a great video. It was just as simple of showing people how to open up an eShot. You know, sometimes we struggle.
She's trying to chew on the plastic.
You could just simply show your audience that you can push it, and that's how she drank it.
What?
It was 45 seconds long. Brilliant. So just do a simple video of how you use your product. Somebody did a purple cow with purple replenish and Isoline Pro French vanilla or the natural vanilla.
These videos were legit, way better than the videos that I've made.
Yeah. No. If it's regarding the products.
Yeah.
Now this is really important too. I'm glad you asked this question.
On your page or in the group, yes.
Yeah. When they're talking about the products, how to use the products, it's in the product page. But Tanya had a brilliant one. I don't know if you saw that one, but it was actually on her personal page. She did have products, but she switched the
turn the labels around.
She turned the labels around so you couldn't see the Cleanse for Life and you couldn't see the Ionic Supreme. And the great thing about videos, really quickly, is that it becomes three-dimensional. You start involving your senses. Like when I can hear the ice and the crunch, like I've got my grape replenish in my Bubba cup, like you can see the ice, right? And when you're doing these videos and you can hear somebody make a shake with the blender in the background, it starts to become very relatable because all of us know the sound of a blender. We understand the sounds of ice being crunched and moving and stirring. I've got the E-shot. You can hear the liquid. It just becomes very real.
It's just like Pavlov's dog, right? When you hear the ice and you hear that's why they do the little pour on a like a coffee commercial or a beer commercial, like,
or even Coca-Cola.
You hear
right?
that, yeah, Coca-Cola. They're good at that.
That's good.
You hear the sound of them pouring it in the cup, and that actually stimulates memories of you pouring similar things into a cup, and it wants you to. It starts to create the urge of you craving that. So it's very full sensory experience, even with a video.
Okay, so let me bring out the handy dandy whiteboard so that way you guys can take notes and make sure that you're doing these things. Now I want to be really clear. The things that we're going to show you on the whiteboard is not do or don't do. It's not that at all. Paul and I are just going to share with you, if you want to know, what we do.
Yes.
Remember, Paul and I always teach to flow like water. If it does not resonate with you, then we ask them to ignore everything that we're saying. We're just going to show you what we do, what works for us. Try it, implement it. If it doesn't work for you, then Lynette and Paul, it doesn't work for me. Whatever.
Well, okay,
right?
So a couple things about that. Number one, there's many right ways to build this business. We've found one that works for us. We've actually found it. We didn't create it. We just found it by watching other leaders, watching our dear friend and business partner Jill, who kind of brought us into this world and showed us the way.
I'm a master watcher.
We
right?
recognize the patterns of the other leaders. We recognize how they interact with their people on their pages and what they're saying and what their language and their actions and their responses and all these kind of things. We're not creating any of it. We're just letting you know we've distilled this down to what we've seen, and this is what's worked for us the most effectively. Like she said, there are multiple right ways to do this, and we're not saying not to do any of these or to do all of these. We're saying this is what we focus primarily on.
Ice and ninjas.
And then there are other ways to do it. Cool?
Okay, so we're going to show you what we do, and some of you are going to be mind blown, and some of the stuff that we're going to show you, you're going to go, oh, that makes me uncomfortable. Paul and at my upline said, do not do that.
Oh, we're good at making people feel uncomfortable.
We break the status quo all the time. So.
Oh, that's this week's mission.
Oh,
guys,
week 3.
This is the week 3's mission.
Okay,
push
so
push the status quo, flip it.
No, for who?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying if you've got your 90 day. Oh, I could just yank it out. You like how I did that? That's my red coming out. I'm sorry, but if you have your 90-day game plan, if you're in my company, week 3, which is page 64, if you can see the goal, right? We're pushing the status quo. We're doing things that we've never done before. So this is actually brilliant. So
you guys, we always tie it back into the 90-day game plan because this is the bee's knees right here. This is what's going to change your life. And we want it to change your life. That's why we're presenting it every day in this way.
Okay. So Paul and I, we don't like teaching everything in a box. It doesn't have to be this way, but there's just certain things that we want to show you that we do.
Yep. So
Okay,
let's get down to it.
Well, this is going to be really hard for those that don't have an updated Periscope. They're going to be like this.
Well, we're going to work through it. We're going to figure it out.
Again, this is not a do or don't, so please don't misunderstand what we're saying. We're not saying don't do these things or do these things. We're just saying what's most effective, what Paul and I primarily think of and do, and what we do secondary.
Yeah.
So hold on so we can get situated here.
Okay.
Maybe get your leg there. So some of these things are really, this is about leveraging your time. We need to this is like time compression. Some of you are really spending way too much time doing busy things. So we're going to show you kind of what we do each and every single day. Primarily we use the tools. And some of you don't even really use them at all. Paul and I probably use these, including our team, 60 to 100 times a day?
Probably, yeah.
And I'm not
between
kidding.
us and our team, absolutely.
I'm not kidding. We use the tools like nobody's business. Nobody knows isagenixhealth.net, ISA FYI, the videos more
Guys,
than my team.
When you can start humming the songs in the background of Isagenix Difference, you know you've been using that a lot.
I think I can relay the entire video.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool because the tools are working. We take you through A to Z, and we show you the drop-off points on where you're going to use the tools. That's essentially what's happening. You have the tools, now you're like, how do I use them? Well, we're teaching you where to put them. We're teaching you how to use them. Hold
on, I've had feedback that the videos seem fake. That maybe your energy, or that maybe the other person's is I don't know. I've never, not one time from 17 months, have anyone ever tell me that the videos seem fake, so it depends on which video you're using.
Well, wait a minute now. So this could be one person, and if you put all your weight on one person, then it's a very significant response. But usually what happens is if somebody puts all their emphasis on one person, they're like, oh, this video seems fake. That crushes your world because now you've tied an expectation to this outcome. But, you know, the bottom line is if somebody thinks that they're fake, peace. I'm done. Go away. Yeah, I don't care if you think it's fake.
Yep, they're real associates.
It doesn't even matter to me.
The corporate. Okay, guys, I understand what you're saying. You have a lot of objections. Paul and I don't deal with those kinds of people. I'm looking for people who enjoy the tools, who find value in the tools, and it works in our product page.
Hey, check this out. Another reason for the tools, I don't even care if the prospect likes them, but it brings them back into my store, and then I'm going to interact with them again.
So it depends on where you're using the tools. So hang on. We're using tools in the product page. That's where I'm using the tools. I don't send anybody a private message or a text, or I never use email. We're using the tools inside our product page. And if you think that some of those scientific backed, researched articles is fake, I don't know what you're thinking because you're not using enough tools. It's not just the videos. Have you seen some of the amazing articles that are back there? Well, use them.
I mean, the bottom line is the tools have been working and creating millionaires for the last 13 years. So it's probably the person that was exposed to the tool and not the tools themselves. So moving on to the next one.
So we're using tools when we welcome someone in. We're using tools when we follow up. We're using the tools when somebody enrolls. We have a welcome video with Kathy Coover. When somebody's in my product page and they're asking about, they have diabetes, well, you can go to isagenixhealth.net and there's amazing articles about how they can incorporate Isagenix, which is our company, with their diabetes situation. If somebody has information about athletes, we go to Team Isagenix. There's so many articles and so many things that you can utilize. Instead of you trying to verbal vomit, you're not going to have time. We're talking about leveraging your time here. So please use the tools and the articles for this. Again, videos. Paul and I use videos. Not only the tool, the videos that corporate uses, but we make our own videos. We make our own videos, and in fact,
somebody said, does anyone else think that the word tools is jargony or troubling?
Well, that's why your business isn't growing. Your business isn't growing.
I'm not sure exactly what you are referring to about that. That I have no idea what that even means. So,
do you guys, the person that asked that, do you have a product page?
Do you use the tool even before a question is asked? Absolutely. We always anticipate objections and address them with the tools before they ever come up. So
Okay, really, guys, I don't want you to overthink this. I just want you to just sit back and listen just for a second. Okay?
Yeah, the guy is probably trolling, and I don't know who he is, but
well, can you guys can block him for us?
God bless you. And,
can y'all block him for us?
Hope you live a good life. Don't overthink it. There you go, brother. Yep. So let's move on.
Okay. So Paul and I are using the tools inside our product page. This is where we're using the tools. We're using videos, corporate videos, and also our own videos. Remember yesterday we told you about how to make your own video? We're using this here.
Now guys, when she says we're making our own videos, we're not doing some elaborate production. We're keeping it very simple. We're doing product videos in the product page. We're doing...
somebody did a 30-second story in the product page. It was a beautiful 30-second story of how her life was transformed, how her health was transformed.
Occasionally we'll put a video in our business page explaining certain business concepts, or doing U plus 2 then plus 2, or the famous 14-day talk. We'll do videos for individuals when they jump on board. So, you know, there are a few ways that you can make your own videos. They don't have to be very involved. Just keep it simple, use what you got, move on. Okay?
Paul and I rock our product page, and we 10x everything. This is where we spend most of our time. When I'm talking primary, this is what we're primarily doing to build our business. We spend most of our time in the product page, educating and inspiring and motivating and encouraging people in the product page. We're not verbal vomiting in there. We're using the tools to help answer the questions and keep going. We believe in you, all that kind of amazing things. Is there anyone that we can go back and watch? No, you cannot.
No, nobody recorded it from day one, so.
We rock our business page. Paul and I are in our own business pages. We're with Jill Bowman's business page, and we're contributing. Paul and I are training in there also, so we also use videos in our business page. We're using tools in the business page.
I want to go over these two real quick. Put your mindset, kind of get your structure around this, your mental thinking around what this is. The product page, the secret group that you guys have featuring the products and the business that you're in. That is your store, okay? You have to rock your store. You got to be in your store more than one time a day. I'm talking about people on, you know, the motivational speakers and stuff talking like, oh yeah, just post it on Facebook twice a day. False, not in our industry. If you want this to work for you, you got to be posting 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 times a day.
No, okay? You cannot access my product page.
Okay, so the reason being is you want to make it look like that you are in your store all day, you are the leader, and you have the ability to connect with anyone in there so that they can rely on you for the leadership position. Okay? Rock your business page, same thing. Guys, if you're not touching your business page, if you're not in your conference room, you know, if we're keeping this in like a physical scenario, this would be like a physical store. This would be like the conference room in the back, right? If you're not back there touching base with your employees, and in this case your team members, because we're not in a hierarchy, but in this case your team members, if you're not touching base with your team members in your business page on a more than once a day basis, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Use these to your advantage. Connect with your customers, connect with your builders, connect with them all the time.
And I want to stress this. You can't just use Buffer. You cannot just use Buffer and Hootsuite to do the work for you. You must be present. It's an energy thing, because Buffer is a great tool to use. It's an automated app that you can use to help post information for you, because we know that you're busy. Utilize that. That's not what we're saying.
It's supposed to fill in the gaps, not
but it's
be
not
the
primary.
Yes.
Okay? Paul and I, this is where some of you are going to get really uncomfortable. Paul and I do not manually enroll people. We actually use our website. This episode on Periscope is not to teach you how to use the website, because there is a wrong and right way to use the website.
So if you have not done it, don't do it until you know how to do it. And we'll teach you how to do it. We'll teach
you how to do that. But Paul and I have enrolled 60 people or so, and we've enrolled all of them via the website. Paul and I are in a very different situation. where we don't have a local team here in Phoenix. My team is in Canada, my team is in Texas, my team is in Chicago and LA, and they're all over the place. And I can't get belly to belly with them. So Paul and I have learned to leverage our own time, and it is a huge time saver. It is the most brilliant thing we've ever done, and we use the website to enroll people. Again, there is a wrong and right way to do this. We'll teach you how to do this, but we use the website to enroll people. Paul and I use group chats on Facebook. Group chats. I'll have anywhere from 10 people in my group chat. We also do 3-way chats with prospects. Yes, they enroll themselves.
On our website, they enroll
Guys,
themselves.
we're living in 2015. We're not living in 1994. People buy things online all the time. Remember Cyber Monday right after Black Friday? People know how to do this. People know how to do this. Yes, I manually enrolled my 74-year-old Filipino mother, but everybody else enrolls themselves. We're talking about leveraging your time, okay? So, can somebody block that guy?
No, hold on. Most people who are misunderstanding and misguided in this pyramid scheme BS, you are uneducated. So if you'd like to not be ignorant, go ahead and find us on Facebook, and we can follow up with you. So, anyways, moving on.
Paul and I also use Zoom. Zoom is an incredible mobile app where we can get face-to-face with our prospects and with our team. Paul and I do less 2-dimensional things and more 3-dimensional communication. 3-dimensional is just like Periscope. You can hear me and you can see me and you can hear and feel my passion. So we use a lot of Zoom. You can just download the mobile app and use Zoom. Paul and I also utilize the 14-day talk. It is a video that Paul and I do, or we'll have a conversation with our prospect. We utilize the 14-day talk. These things that we're talking about over here increases our retention for our business. Okay? All right. You want to talk about that?
Okay, guys, so keep in mind, there are multiple right ways to do this. These are primary tools, there are primary ways of interacting and doing business, okay? Secondary, launch parties. Okay, launch parties are great. Launch parties are very useful if you have a local network, or you are the kind of person that has a very good warm market and you're very involved in people's lives, okay? When we jumped on into this business, we had really 0 friends around here, maybe 1 or 2, but the whole point is maximizing your efforts. If what you have is a huge warm market and you invite 30 people over and 2 people show up, good. Then you've utilized the launch party correctly. Our preferred methods are over here, okay?
Now, Paul and I, we've been in the business for 17 months. We've never had a launch party. We've never had one. Now, that doesn't say that we won't use one. It doesn't say, we've just never hosted a launch party. This is because we live in corporate city. We live here in Phoenix, Arizona, where corporate is here. So we have a lot of things going on in our city that we take advantage of, right? We want to work smarter, not harder. So there's no reason for Paul and I to really launch our own party when we can really tap into a lot of people here locally. That's primarily why we don't do launch parties. We do, and we are going to a launch party this Saturday with someone on our team, and we're excited about doing that. And we think, and we know that launch parties are amazing and very effective. We are in week 3. We're in, this is launch party week. So we do and highly encourage you to do a launch party. But we're just letting you know that Paul and I have never had a launch party. So if some of you can probably relate, and I don't want you to feel uncomfortable like, oh, I have to do one, I have to do one. You can still build a business without doing a launch party, okay?
Yeah, finding the best way for you to operate is what's the key idea.
And some of you just may not have time to do a launch party, but don't feel like you have to do a launch party. Mm-hmm. They are effective, don't get me wrong, but we've never done, Paul and I have never done one.
Shake parties, I'm not too familiar with those. All I know is they're similar to like launch parties, except for they're more like tasting the product and see if people like them. You know, as far as samples and things like that, it's something we don't do. because I'm not in the sampling business. What I'm in the business of is getting people real results, and it takes more than a sample to get them results. You know, that's just my opinion. If you guys can connect with that, cool. But our primary is over here, guys. Like I said, there's multiple ways to get this done.
Paul and I just really love casting the vision, and Paul and I, because we're athletes, we're in the bodybuilding game, and there's just a lot of samples kind of going out. So it's just not our thing.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to conference calls. Conference calls, guys. We said this at the beginning. You know, doing one conference call a week, maybe that might be legit for some people. We just don't feel enough energy and momentum behind that. There are already a lot of good conference calls you can plug into, and reinventing the wheel probably is not the best idea.
Oh my God, Paul and I did one conference call probably like 6 months ago. It was so bad, I'll never do one again. There's too many more effective conference calls and podcasts that we can tap into, but Paul and I don't do weekly conference calls. It just takes up a lot of our time, so we don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Manually enrolling, we talked about that. Obviously, we know how to do that. Obviously, this is something everybody should know how to do, but we use our website. People enroll themselves. They put all their information in. There's no hiccups. They have.
We can teach you how to go right, left, right, left.
They already have freedom of experiencing the back office and choosing the products. It's a very efficient way.
It's very duplicatable way to do it too. And
then three-way calls, guys. We do the group chats. Three-way calls. Most people don't have time to schedule a call and talk about stuff for 20, 30 minutes and then answer questions. Guys, the product page answers almost all questions. And if they're into the business part of it, the business page answers most of the rest of them.
No, the computer will never put them on the wrong side because I can manipulate the computer.
We control it all.
I control it all. I can control where I put them on my tree.
And then, like we said, if you don't know how to do that, don't. We will teach you how to do that. Okay?
Okay. So, again, we're not saying that three-way calls are not effective. I can just do a three-way chat much more faster and get everyone involved, and I can start using video chats inside my three-way chat.
Mm-hmm.
I can still communicate. They can still hear my voice via audio,
keeping it
via
3D,
video.
yeah.
People that I'm interacting here on Periscope, we go video chats back and forth. It's brilliant. We love it. And then from there, I can move them into a Zoom call. Sometimes we do a three-way call. Sometimes we do. But three-way calls are literally one of the later things that we do. And I know that this industry really teaches and emphasizes three-way calls, but a lot of people don't like to talk on the phone anymore. I'm not saying it's not effective. That's not what I'm saying. It's just much more faster and effective, especially if they're on Facebook, to put them in a three-way chat really quickly and then move them into a three-way Zoom. And I can seal the deal because it's very interactive. They can hear They can hear and see my passion in my voice with a three-way Zoom call. Three-way Zoom it's legit right here.
Guys, I want to clarify using the website to sign people up.
Oh, I know I know you have a bunch
Okay,
of
guys,
questions about that.
clarifying using the website to sign people up. This is not, I'm going to tell you what it is not. Nobody knows we even have a website until they are 100% ready to go with a pack already chosen, and they're like, what do I do next? Nobody knows we even have that. We don't send the link out, and it is not. It is not is, here's our website. Go ahead and sign up if you're interested. We don't do that. That is not how you use it.
And I never, ever put the website on my personal profile.
No.
Don't do that.
Don't blast it on your profile. Don't even let people know you have a website until they're ready.
And don't put it in your product page either.
Yeah.
Website does not go on the product page. It does not go on your personal profile page. Nobody even knows you even have it until someone is 100% ready to rock and roll, and then that's when they get it.
Yes.
And then I walk them through it.
Okay, so a lot of people say, "Hey, do you guys have a website?" We say no. We say no, but we can add you to our product page. What is your Facebook name? And then we connect through them there. That's the only interaction that we have through product page.
Oh my gosh, it takes 2 seconds to do it. 2 seconds to do right and left. 2 seconds.
How do you keep up with it? Yeah, it literally takes 2 seconds, guys. Don't make it harder than it is. It really
if you know what we're talking about, because you can actually go to your back office and look at it. It takes less than 2 seconds to do it.
I could explain it to you in 5 seconds. Go to your back office, hit my account, scroll down to compensation and placement, hit edit, and choose right or left. Done. But we will get into details there, guys. If you haven't done it, don't do it. We'll teach you how to do it, okay? But don't give your website away and say, hey guys, here's my website. Everyone can sign up. No, that's only if they're ready.
Some of us are just so busy that we can't sit down and schedule a time and get belly to belly. I mean, people have 4 or 5 kids, and they may have 2 jobs,
Two
and
jobs,
they just
school,
can't.
they're doing everything.
We're not saying that because belly to belly is always the best. But we're trying to teach you also that you have an option to leverage your time. Paul and I only give you options. It's not one or the other, or it's just an option. That's it. Okay? So don't overthink this and don't go, oh, my upline said don't do it. It's just an option, because some of it you should actually know how to do it anyway.
Guys,
When I talk to my prospects, I always give them 3 options on how to enroll. Customer service can do them, can help them. I can personally enroll them, or I can just simply give you my website and you can enroll yourself. It's private.
That's what they choose.
And they always choose this one. They always do, but I always give them an option, and I'm always there right next to them in case they have a question. They can text me real quick. They can call me real quick. And I tell them everything. I tell them everything they need to do. Little hiccups back there they can watch for. I never have an issue with AutoShip. I never have an issue with Social Security. They enroll themselves just perfectly.
Yep.
So
we'll go into detail, guys.
It can be done.
It's done every day. So, real quick, we're going to wrap this up, but I just want to clarify. There are multiple right ways to do this. What we found that works best for us and leverages our time, remember this is the whole point of this, is the things that we presented you. Now,
okay, hold on. Well, we don't have a website. Do they question your honesty? Okay, hold on.
You guys are thinking way
You're
too much into
overthinking
this.
this. I don't have a landing page in terms, do I have a website? Because what they think is do you have an Amazon website so I can just go back there and go shopping?
That's
No.
what they think.
That's what they're asking. And I'm telling them, no, I don't have a shopping website so you can go back there and go look at stuff. Okay? That's what my product page is used for. My website or my web link to enroll, that's completely different. Okay?
A lot of people say, hey,
verbiage.
you're contacting them, and then they say, hey, do you guys have a website? That means buzz off, buddy. I don't want to talk to you about anything. That's what that means.
What's that? Say again?
When people are asking you, do you have a website? It usually means they don't want to interact with you any longer. Okay?
Oh, I see
That's
what
the
you're saying.
brush off. That's what they're saying. They're trying to
okay.
brush you off. So then you take control of the conversation. Say, no, I don't have a website, but I can add you to my Facebook support page, and you can check out everything for yourself.
And the whole point of this is to give the power back to them. That's what they want. So if you're coming up with a lot of objections, Paul and I don't get objections. We anticipate objections, because if you're getting objections, it's because you're taking their power away. Give the power back to them. So if I offer to have them just take a peek at my support page, it gives the power back to them so they can just kind of just window shop. There's no, there's no pressure, right? There's no pressure. Give the power back to them, okay? So, it seemed like today was kind of intense. I think I got pissed Paul off.
You know, when
Trolls,
we
I
have
swear.
trolls that talk about stupid stuff, they get really mouthy on Periscope or
Oh,
in a
yeah.
virtual sense. But I can assure you, he's broke and unhappy, and there's no time for them. So, it's whatevs.
So,
Anyway,
don't let anyone ever steal your thunder. Just know that many of these things you're going to have to kind of figure out and play with. But there is no wrong or right way, right? We're just showing you another option of the primary things that we spend most of our time. It doesn't mean that we don't go to events. It doesn't mean that we don't get belly to belly. It doesn't mean that I don't have a cup of coffee with somebody and meet with them face to face. We do all of those other things.
but we have a primary.
But I have my primary things that I do when I wake up, during my entire day. I'm rocking my product page. I am rocking my business page. I'm keeping up with my enrolling sponsor. I'm keeping up with my team. I'm touching base. I'm keeping an eye, a hawk eye inside my product page. I'm watching and who is in there, who is my team adding in there, because trust me, some of those prospects are asking questions. And sometimes your team members can't get to them fast enough. But I can, because I'm keeping an eye, a close eye on my product page, so I know who's asking questions. And if a prospect is asking questions, either I can help answer that, or I can find out who added that person in there and then tag the original person who added him in there. But it's all about teamwork. So my product pages, that's my store. I know who's in there. I know who's contributing in there. And I'm just rocking that business. I mean, that product page. So if you're going to spend any time building your business, spend it most of your time in the product page, rock it out, touch base with your team member, work in 50-minute blocks if you're super busy. If you've got other outside obligations, work in 50-minute blocks. And sometimes you may have to work in 20, and a 10-minute block. Do what you can in between, but fit this business in the pockets of your life and stop going cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot in this business. Just keep a pace. Touch your business every single day. Touch your team members every single, not, you know what I mean. Don't touch them like that. But touch your business every day. And yeah.
Guys, I just want to point something out because we didn't make the connection obvious that the primary way that we build our business creates massive retention. Okay? I want to connect this for you. The product page, the business pages, the tools, the videos, personal and company provided tools, the chats, and then the 14-day talk, and all those things. Those create retention like you wouldn't believe. It keeps people plugged in on a daily basis. It keeps people accountable. It keeps people with the mindset that they understand that they can lean on you anytime, that you're right there for them at any point. And it also gives them the idea that not only are they able to control everything in this new world that we've just exposed them to, but there's a team behind them from day one. Okay? And that creates the retention that you're looking for.
A couple of questions that I'll ask real quick, and then we'll jump off because Paul and I need to go to the gym. I can't offer an invitation for you to take a look at my product page. My product page is very protected. If you're not in my business and you want to connect with Paul and I, then do so. Find us on Facebook, and then we can connect that way. But if you're already in the business, then somebody had messaged me earlier today, and they said that they don't have an upline. They don't even have a team. It's just she's a brand new associate about to become consultant, and really much it's just her and her 2 people. What does she do? And Paul and I want to say this. We want to encourage you to do Leaders Go First. You're going to have to create your own product page. Jill had to do it. Tracy O'Malley had to do it. Tracy O'Malley was an inside of an inside, so was Jill was an inside of an inside. It doesn't matter what your situation is. Peter Kelly was an inside of an inside. We all have to figure this out together. And maybe it's just a blessing that you're here watching Paul and I so we can teach you the tangible steps on how to get going. Because we're all in this together to help humanity in a very big way, and we need your help. So you may have to start your own product page. You may have to start your own business page, and you may be the leader to begin.
Guys, it's going to take some strength,
so do it.
And it's going to take some effort and endurance and focus and commitment on your part. And like Bob Marley has said in his famous quote, you never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. Guys, but this is for you. There's a reason that we're connecting here on Periscope. Yep. There's a reason that you're in the position that you're in. It is actually destined to be that way. Because now the universe or God or the energies or powers that be are commanding that you step into your power, commanding that you step up and show the world what you're really made of.
Show up. I mean, even if you didn't see Paul and I, everything that you need to succeed is sitting at isogenicsbusiness.com. And how many of you have really been back there? When we went to Celebration Blitz, Tracy O'Malley was talking about she was in that website for 4 days, didn't come out until she learned it back and I know what she was talking about because Paul and I did the same thing when we got into the business. We studied every single video. We studied everything that we could about the business. So even if you didn't even have Paul and I, it doesn't matter. You can still succeed in this business. So don't use those excuses that you don't have an upline, that you don't have a team. Okay? So with that said, we'll wrap this up. Today was kind of intense. Sorry about that. But we just want to make sure that you understood where we spend most of our efforts. We need to teach you how to leverage your time. So if you are really busy and you only have 15 minutes each day or 15 minutes, little blocks throughout the day, spend it in your product page and rock it out. If somebody already owns the product, no, not owns, but if somebody in your upline already has the product page, like for instance, when I came on board, Jill already had the product page already set up, and I had to create my own leadership. I had to create and brand myself as my own leader in that page, and the only way you can do that is to post, post, post. Those that post the most, make the most. Those that educate the most, make the most. Those that inspire the most, make the most. So 10x everything. Pour kerosene on the back of your little tush. Get to work.
Light it up.
Light it up, because I promise if you step up in that product page, you will be known as a leader. You will be known automatically as a leader. So step into your power, get real uncomfortable, make a few product videos, do your own 30-second videos, teach, 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 and inspire, and be a cheerleader in that group. So you can make because remember, each time that you add a prospect to the product page, your prospects get a notification every single time that you post. Okay? So.
And people love watching you do videos, I can assure you. Even though if you think they're crazy, they love watching them. So just do them. Anyways, 10x it today. Get real focused on what you want to do today. How are you going to add value today? What are you going to contribute to your business, your life, your family, your team, your company, your organization, your industry? And just give it your best, guys.
Who can you make smile today? That should be, you should wake up every single day and just go, who can I bless today?
So,
who can I help today? So with that in mind, just make people smile, have fun. Don't make this business so serious. You can goof up and mess up and still get it right, okay?
We've done that plenty of times.
So with that said, we want nothing more than for you to live the most extraordinary life.
Always free from physical and financial pain.
So join us on this mission.
Because it's a stone cold fact.
We got a better way.
Let's go tell the world.
Bye.